there was surely this girl. I remember her long blue hair, her polite yet cheerful voice, and her pointy ears that showed that she is one of the devils. And her purple eyes. Nerine has red eyes. What? Hello everyone, it is I, J5, the Hyperforce, the one that flies super high with style and panache. Well, not today, because this game's making me feel awkward. I explained it last episode, but, I don't know. Last time, we, well, what the game would want us to have as the main event would be the Hooba Doobas. But, more so for the narrative, which is what I'm playing the fucking game for, well, we're getting a bit suspicious of Nerine, and she started to, well, not show up to school. It's been 4 days since she's last shown up to the academy, and, well, Rin finally remembered Nerine, question mark. Purple eyes. So on this episode, we're going to be finding out what that is. J5 versus Shuffle, Nerine rematch, or whatever the series is going to be called. Yeah, whatever. What is it? I try harder to remember. Am I mistaken? Am I confused? Did she have purple eyes back then? Does she wear contacts? But the memory comes back to me vividly, and I'm sure I'm not mistaken. The girl had light purple eyes. That wasn't Nerine. That night, when Nerine tried to escape, the question popped up in my head. The question I deliberately forgot. But I can no longer forget it. That girl wasn't Nerine. Another question follows. Who was it then? Who was the girl I met that day? If that wasn't Nerine, my feelings toward Nerine mustn't be true either. What? No! If this girl that you are remembering is not Nerine, you fell in love with this version of Nerine? I don't know how to phrase it. If the game is implying what it is implying, that the girl you met 8 years ago is not the girl you've met recently, that does not make your feelings invalid. It's just that you fell in love with a different girl. And I mean, yeah, that's kind of dodgy, because it's like, oh, I fell in love with this one girl, but it turns out she's not that girl, but the only thing that's wrong is that her name isn't right. Or maybe Nerine is her name, and this is just a different girl, but whatever. Your feelings towards Nerine isn't... You barely even fucking remembered Nerine from back then, so that's not even a factor here, Rin. What do you mean? You fell in love with this Nerine, not this Nerine. Whatever the game is trying to imply, I know what the game is trying to imply. I'm just keeping secrets. Again, I've played this game before. The reason why I'm replaying it is to try to figure out why I remember this game, and then not at the same time why Nerine has been like a Hyperforce All-Star in my life. If you don't know what a Hyperforce All-Star means, Damn it. What memory does Nerine have from 8 years ago? No way. I reach a hypothesis. The girl with purple eyes, the girl with red eyes. The girl who loved me, and the girl I loved. The girl I met 8 years ago, and the girl I met 3 months ago. If this was true, I suddenly understand Nerine's feelings, Nerine's thoughts, Nerine's decision, what Nerine is trying to do now. That's stupid. Does Rin agree with me? We fell in love with this Nerine. It doesn't matter who we met all them years ago, because that's not the girl who we fell in love with, right? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? I don't feel like I am. I hope someone understands what the hell I'm trying to say, because I'm bad at explaining things. Saturday. I'm staring at the ceiling, laying on my bed. Nerine hasn't shown up in school for a week now. The King of the Devils won't tell me anything. I can't even see Nerine. Nerine and I had something special that day. Last episode. At least I believed so. We Scooby-Wooba-Dooba together.
And then she hooba'd my dooba.
Sorry. And said goodbye in this room. I remembered her sad smile when she said goodbye. And her last words.
Look at it.
This is goodbye for now. Yeah, so for now, that means we'll see you again, right? 8 years ago and 3 months ago, huh? I can see now why I feel strange with her. I guess what she's thinking and trying to do now, that's why I want to be with her. But I'm not with her. I can't be with her. What? Why didn't I realize that sooner? I should have remembered it sooner. Well, if you couldn't remember it sooner, that's not really your fault. It's not like you would try it. Well, he was trying, but if your brain just isn't connecting the dots, it's not connecting the dots. You can't really do anything about it, can you? Oh no, this is coming from someone whose memory is, like, problematic. I probably need to get it checked out, but whatever. If I realized it sooner, I could have told her my feelings. I could have. Nerine. Is that Nerine? Hi! I hear the phone ringing from downstairs. The handset on the desk follows. I grab the phone, even though I don't know if the call is for me. I run up to the stairs and hit the door open with my shoulder roughly. Something, Wario? I don't know. I'm trying to cut the tension for my own sake, but it's not working. The game's getting properly fucking serious now. Nerine! There she is! On the roof in the setting sun. Her long red hair sways? I guess it's kind of glowing red because it'd be under the sun, but it's still blue. Well, oh, fuck off, sorry. How could a student be absent for this long and look that fine? I smile while shrugging after Nerine smiles to me. What do you mean by that? I came to say goodbye to you. I'm not letting you jump. I see. And then there's Rin gonna say, wait, what? Aren't you surprised? I was expecting you might. So, come here, you! I'm pinning you to the floor so that you don't do anything weird! Anyways, isn't this too cruel? You suddenly called me up to the rooftop of the school, and you're telling me goodbye? I know, I think this is cruel. Then why are you doing it? I've been cruel since that day. What, the one from 3 months ago? Even though she's smiling, her voice is faint. I didn't want to, but I already knew the answer. The girl I met 8 years ago and the girl I met 3 years ago. The answer connects those two girls. Do you remember these clothes? Yeah, they showed up in this CG image. Yeah, you showed me them on the day after you bought them. I think I know what she's implying. I answer with no pause. Nerine smiles happily. Yes, these are what I wore on our first date. Oh, so that was a date! My happiest moment. Our first date, huh? When did I see you for the first time? 3 months ago or 8 years ago? What, is that what you're asking, Rin? I guess you already know the answer. 3 months ago. Yes. It actually took courage to say that, and I wanted her to deny it. But Nerine affirmed my fears very easily. Does it matter if Nerine is the same girl from 8 years ago? Because the girl from 8 years ago isn't who you fell in love with. You fell in love with the girl you met 3 months ago? I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird that you thought that she was from 8 years ago, but since they're not the same girl, does it matter at this point? If that's what the game's implying? I'm starting to remember why I get really weird about visual novels, because I don't, like, it goes into, like, all of these different things about the backstory and whatever, and I'm just sat here, like, struggling to put the pieces together. Even on the second playthrough, I'm still struggling to try and piece it all together. I mean, I'm kind of getting there, but maybe it's my own morals clashing with the game's morals, and maybe I'm just fucked up. I don't know. She sounds sad, but with a smile on. I met Nerine for the first time. She's the daughter of the King of the Devils, and her name is Nerine. It was only 3 months ago I was drawn to her song, to the small park in the residential area. Within my body, I have one of the strongest powers amongst the devils. I would evaporate the whole town if I wanted to. But my body was too weak to hold that energy, so I used to get sick and stay in bed often. Oh, so you're too strong for your own body to handle, so that made you ill? I spent more time in bed than running around when I was small. That day, 8 years ago that day, I got sick and I wasn't allowed to come to the world of humans. Yet, that day was very important for all three worlds. As the daughter of the King of the Devils, I had to come. So, she came instead of me. She came instead of you? I remember your dad talking about the homunculus. The first one had reinforced strength, but his magical power was too big for his body, so he died during the experiment. He? I thought all the homunculi were she. Yet again, fucking when the King of the Gods was addressing them, he called them it. Where did he come from? Or is Rin's default pronouns he, him? The third one was Primula. She was created from the vacuum. She had both enormous magical power and the capacity to hold it. So the second one was... It was a clone, which was created out of existing genes from the devils. Lycoris. That's her. My clone's name. Lycoris is Nerine's clone? Huh? Rim-chan's real sister. It's the answer for everything. That's the girl I met 8 years ago. We played together. Lycoris. She was a very good girl. She knew she was an experiment subject, but she always tried to be cheerful. She always was smiling. She was one of my few friends who visited me when I had to stay in bed. The actual daughter of the King of the Devils participated in the experiment herself. That was a good advertisement for the world of the devil. What? Okay, what? The sentence is throwing me off. The actual daughter of the Devils participated in the experiment herself. Is she addressing herself or Lycoris? No, Nerine is the King of the Devil's daughter. Lycoris is the clone. Right? That's what the game said. That's her, my clone's name. So yeah, Lycoris is Nerine's clone. It's not like Nerine is the clone. So why is she addressing herself in third person like this? That was quite a good advertisement for the world of the devils. We made a Lycoris here. Some suggested that I only had to strengthen my body so I could keep up with my magical power. However, my clone, Lycoris, was the best possible replacement for me. Yeah, the game is just confirming that Lycoris is the clone. Since I couldn't walk around, she came to the world of the humans. Then she met a human boy. As an experiment subject, she didn't have real freedom, so the time she spent with the boy was very happy. It meant a lot to her. The boy saw her as a regular girl. He took her hand as a regular girl. It was her first and last but real love. I still remember her face when she told me about the boy she met. She looked very happy and joyous. She found the boy's name with my name, and she got really excited. But as the clone technology in the world of the humans hasn't been complete, the technology in the world of the devils was imperfect. The world of the humans has cloning technology? I mean, we do now, but this was written back in 2002, 2001, and then the game came out in 2003, 2004. Does this game take place in like 2023 or something? If so, was all the smartphone? Yeah, you can't predict what was going to happen 20 years in the future. Since Lycoris' body was too stressed for being used as a subject, her life was quickly consumed. It was her last wish. She wished her remaining life to be merged into mine. She thought she could control my magic power if I had the life of two. She thought I could run around like a normal kid. The mystery of life energy hasn't been completely relieved in the world of the gods or the world of the devils, but since Lycoris and I were originally one, it was possible to fuse the two of us. Thanks to her, I'm now able to run around freely. So just in case you didn't get it, Lycoris is Nerine's clone, and Lycoris fused back with Nerine to give Nerine the life that she could have, because Nerine was pretty much bedridden most of her life. Lycoris fusing back with Nerine let Nerine have a normal life. Oh, damn. But there was one misunderstanding. Oh no! There was a detail I missed! The fusion of life gave me everything that Lycoris had. Her life energy, her magic power, and her song. And that's why Nerine thinks she stole that song. It was Lycoris' song the whole time. Lycoris is the angel's bell, I think? So her feelings. Nerine fell in love with Rin because Lycoris fell in love with Rin. I inherited her one and only precious feelings that nobody could corrupt. Her feelings towards one boy. Her love for Rin Tsuchimi. Nerine fell in love with us because Lycoris fell in love with us. And since Nerine inherited everything about Lycoris, yeah, Nerine forcibly fell in love with us. That's kinda weird. I took everything from Lycoris. But isn't Lycoris you? So technically speaking, Nerine has the capacity to fall in love with Rin, right? Because Lycoris is a clone. Therefore, it's pretty much Nerine with slight defects with like the purple eyes and a different name and whatever. So unless her love for Rin is a defect, oh, the game's weird. Yet again, it's a game about humans, devils, and gods. It's got a bit of weirdness to it already. Her strength, her life, and her love. I stole everything from her! She sheds tears from her clear red eyes. The tears flowed and dripped onto the rooftop. So, I made a decision. I decided to become Lycoris, but still use your name? I decided to make her wish come true as Lycoris. I made myself believe that Nerine had died, but you're still using your name? If the clone was named Nerine, and she was originally named Lycoris, that makes sense, but the fact that she still uses her real name? Am I right in saying that doesn't make sense with what the game's telling us? I made myself believe that Nerine had died. I tried not to erase the emotion left inside me, and I had tried to treasure it. That's why I came to this world. To fulfill Lycoris' wish. To keep the emotions in track as Lycoris. I came to make the wish come true as Lycoris. But you still used your original name. Yet, via your interpretation, Nerine is dead, yet you use your own name. Nerine starts to walk and passes by me. She looks up at the red sky. I don't feel like turning around to see her face. Why, Rin? She's clearly upset. Comfort her, you twat. I don't think I should for some reason. Fucking comfort her! But... I don't know why, but I spit it out, Nerine. As Nerine, I've come to have the same feelings as Lycoris. Lycoris is you? So I guess it does make sense that you would end up having the same feelings as Lycoris, because she is you, in a sense. The next moment. Oh, that's a panty shot. Fuck, okay, Gabe, thanks. The next moment, I feel warmth on my back. She hangs onto my body and sobs. I want to be myself, not as Lycoris. Nerine, you don't have to be like Lycoris anymore. You can be you. There's no... I guess she feels bad for her sister clone, but you can be you if you want. I even feel happy that it's me who's here right now. Even though I decided I'm supposed to be dead. I shouldn't be Nerine now. I think I know what she's saying. She thinks that she should have died and Lycoris should have been the one to live, not the other way around. Like, say, she gets absorbed into Lycoris instead of Lycoris being absorbed into her. Right, I get it now. But, yeah, oh, the poor girl. I should have stayed dead. And then she just screams, why, a lot? So, from what I can tell from what she's saying, she basically lived out as Lycoris, but then something inside her started making her live as Nerine again, but lying about it, I guess. Hence why she's using the name Nerine. I think! Why? Oh, fuck my voice. Why? Why am I still myself? Because Lycoris is you, I think. Because she's a clone, so she would have the same personality as you, I guess. That was the truth she's been hiding in herself. She thought she could pretend, but she couldn't. Her emotions swirl and overflow. Her emotions have been damned by her own sense of guilt that she's depraved and her best friend forever. She tried to act like Lycoris, but it made her pretty upset that she couldn't be herself. Even though, wouldn't Lycoris be herself? Because Lycoris is Nerine too? She's trying to be someone else, but she's just been lying to herself. But it's all over now. Because I survived, you brought me to life. This show is over. I guess? The heroine of the show shouldn't be Lycoris. If there's no heroine, there will be no show. I mean, yeah, what are you gonna do, Nerine? A supporting actor is not supposed to take over the heroine. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of shows that have done that, like, you know, Urkel in Family Matters, was it? I don't know. There's been a couple of examples where supporting characters end up taking over the show. What do you mean by that, Nerine? Nerine, what do you mean by that? This is a visual novel where you date girls, that's illegal! My love is over. Regardless of my feelings? Yes, that's right. What do you mean? She smiles brightly, but her face looks sadder than a crying face. The past 3 months were just a little dream that a girl named Nerine had. And it's over now. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be over, Nerine! That angelic voice belongs to Lycoris as well. She found freedom in her restrained environment by singing. Oh, so while Lycoris was being an experiment, the thing that made her feel free was singing. She looked very happy when singing, and I loved her singing as well. So, I hated my singing. It's Lycoris's. Because that's her thing. I can't fool around with it. I shouldn't. With the gentle wind passing by both of us. The wind sways in her hair. Also, before I forget to mention it, that's why when Nerine said her singing is like a requiem, I think you can put the pieces together now. A requiem for Lycoris. Her smile looks very bright, which made her smile seem sadder. There's something I want to tell her. I stare at her red eyes. Do you want to play a game? A game? Nerine looks bewildered. Yeah. If I can get to where you are at 5 o'clock tomorrow this afternoon, I win. If I don't find you, I lose. If I win, you're going to have an encore. The show will go on for 1 more act. But if I lose, the show's over. Since you're ignoring my feelings completely, I suppose that's a fair trade. The odds don't seem good for you. I don't want to say that this is like suicide, but I think that's what the game's implying. If we lose, Nerine's gonna kill herself. I think that's what the game's implying. Or is that just me not feeling well and thinking darker thoughts because the game's bringing out sadness in me? The odds don't seem good in your favor. That's what makes people want to play. But if there's even a mere chance, a few seconds pass. Then Nerine nods with determination. Okay. Even though I got to see Nerine, nothing changed. Well, everything changed when we got to learn about the true origins of Nerine and Lycoris. And we're going to be playing this weird game that this weird game that Rin came up with next time on J5 vs Shuffle Nerine Rematch. Okay, I guess that name kind of fits since we're playing a game and we're doing a rematch. whatever. It's meant to be a whole thing playing off the whole term of it being J5 versus Shuffle. We're having a rematch, like a refight, because the series is sort of framed as a fight, but whatever. Yeah, next time on J5 versus Shuffle Nerine Rematch, we're going to be playing this weird game and hopefully finding Nerine by 5 o'clock. If not, I've already said my suggestion, but I hope it's not true. I told you the game was getting serious. I'll admit, it's making me a little uncomfortable. If you are enjoying these videos and you want to see more of this, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell because it is feedback and it does tell me that you like this stuff. And if you want to suggest me to play any of the other girls' routes in this game, or play a different visual novel again, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can do it, you know, accommodate for my schedule and whatnot, because I can be a busy boy. With all that said and done, this has been J5 the Hyperforce. I'll see you whenever next. It's game time, people. It's game time.